Today I'm going to find out definitively the best way to film mountain biking. Is it this chest cam, or is it with this chin-mounted helmet cam? So I've done a similar test to this before, and the results were kind of inconclusive because the helmet wasn't even really a full face helmet. It was something that I kind of put together to have a little chin bar on there to put the camera on. But the helmet moved around too much, and so it wasn't really a good comparison. So I've made improvements on both fronts. Right now I'm on the chest cam, and the chest cam is mounted upside down and also down a little bit lower, which I think will give a better perspective. The helmet cam is now obviously a real full face helmet. The camera will be mounted below the chin. So my plan is to hit the same little section of trail twice, once with the camera on the chest and then once with it on the helmet. And then I'm going to compare the results. I'll be looking for stabilization, how smooth the footage is, and then also the camera perspective. You know, because you want to be able to see the bike and the handlebars. Obviously you also want to be able to see the horizon and just get that sort of immersive feel like you're actually there. So let's see which one is better. So I've got the chest cam on the left and the helmet cam on the right, and straight away on this first obstacle you can see that the helmet cam is a little more smooth going over that. A couple little logs here. Again, the chest cam's kind of shaking around a bit. Helmet cam kind of giving that floating feeling, which is what I'm going for. Coming up on a little divot in the ground, and again the chest cam bouncing around. Helmet cam staying pretty smooth. Up next here is a little bit of a fun downhill section, and the helmet cam is a little more smooth here, but it's not that drastic of a difference. But one thing you do really notice as a difference here is the perspective. The helmet cam, being is that it's mounted a little bit higher, in order to still have a good view of the trail, you're totally missing out on the bike and the handlebars. You wouldn't even really know if I'm on a mountain bike or not. I could be running, although I'd be running pretty fast here. I could be on a scooter. You know, it actually could be some drone footage that's a little bit shaky. So, you know, I'm not a fan of this perspective. I do like the stabilization. We'll finish off this little downhill section. So now I'm in a skills section. And aside from this little bit here, everything's pretty smooth. And the helmet cam is looking a little bit better. It's not a drastic difference, but definitely a little bit smoother. So I'm coming up on a little drop, and you'll notice with the helmet cam, it stays pointed straight a little more where the chest cam goes downward. And next up is this series of little bumps, and you'll definitely notice the helmet cam smoother in that section. And then finally into this wall ride. And again, the helmet cam is smoother here, and it's just that perspective, but I think I have a plan to fix that. So I'm back now with a modified helmet cam. Created this 4-inch extension to drop the position down a little bit, and hopefully it'll give a better perspective. So let's take a look. So I'm on that exact same section of trail, and this is with the helmet cam with the 4-inch extension, so the camera's hanging a little bit lower. And it is actually giving me a better perspective. You know, the bike is in the frame. You can also see the trail ahead, and the stabilization is still looking pretty smooth. I was a little concerned with the fact that, you know, moving that farther away from my chin, it would exaggerate any movement of the head, but I don't think that's really happening too much. So I'm into that fun little downhill section, and the framing is good. You can see the bike in the bottom. You can also get a good perspective of the trail. You can see what's coming ahead. I especially like how the bike sort of moves around when you go over obstacles like that. Coming into this turn, I actually skidded out a little bit and almost lost the rear wheel, but I saved it. So I'll just roll a little bit more of this downhill trail before I get into the skills section and see how that looks. So into that same skills section, and the perspective is pretty good here. I'm not really sure why, but a little bit less of the bike is in the frame. Maybe it's because I'm standing and going on a flat surface, so I'm a little bit more above the bike and not behind it. But I still think it works out pretty well. And into that same drop. Looking pretty good, going to the little bumps. Nice and smooth across there, into the wall ride. So I would say this test was a success overall. This chin-mounted camera is definitely smoother than the chest mount that I had previously been working with. You know, it's not the most convenient.
Whoa, Brian. Or have you considered the gimbal? We could go this route. Gimbal, GoPro Black, any GoPro for that matter.
Stay tuned for the next video where my helmet cam goes head-to-head with this gimbal setup. By the way, this is Chris from Live and Breathe MTB. While you're waiting for the next video, go check out his channel. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up. You can easily subscribe to this channel by clicking the icon in the bottom right corner. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to Chris's channel too, and I'll see you next time.